So if you've been following Opendoor Technology like I have, you would know that we're back. And let me show you why. On the weekly chart, we have a nice uptrend going up right here. This was their earnings week, and now this green candle for this week is pretty early. It's only Monday, but we're going in the right direction. This green candlestick slightly above this red candlestick is showing that imminent bullish trend could be coming up very soon. And here in the RSI, you see it starting to trend back up again. This is very, very good right here for RSI. Daily chart, we have two green candles. These two candlesticks was a result of the earnings. We had a red candlestick right here. Then we gapped all the way down the next day to $5.24. Insiders, institutions, and retail ate it up. They made this huge green candlestick to create a reversal in Opendoor Technology. Monday, a nice green candlestick. We're above where we were before the earnings. So everyone was saying, oh, we had a bad earnings. What's going on now? How come we have a nice green candlestick? Yeah, the earnings may be bad, but those earnings are prior to what's going on right now. People buy stocks based on what the company can do for the future, not what happened before. This is about the future for Opendoor Technology. This is a recovery stock. People are starting to believe that Opendoor may have something here. So this company could be undervalued, and people bought the dip. And for the people who are hesitating to jump on Opendoor, you can wait if you want to earnings, but I don't know what the price is going to be. It could be much higher than what it is right now. We broke two key resistance right here at the 699 and the 734. So we're on a nice uptrend on the daily chart. That's always important when you get an uptrend on a daily chart. The 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, that's okay if you get an uptrend. But once you get to the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, and the weekly, and you have an uptrend there, that looks real good. It's 2:12 right now Eastern, so I don't know what's going to happen later on. But right now, it seems like we're going toward the $8 again. We want to break that $8 today. That's going to be another bullish sign, another increase of positive sentiment for the stock. More positive sentiment for a stock that's been beaten down is going to increase the share price. And here are the resistance and support lines. We had a support here at 767. We dipped below it and touched the bottom Bollinger Band, and that was a support line for it. And then we traded along the moving average, and we broke the 767, which was before our support. Like I always say, if we don't hold the support and we dip below it, but we come back and break it later on, that's going to be bullish. That's exactly what we did. We went down below it, came back and broke it. So now we're continuing an uptrend. We're doing really good. This is a nice bullish trend right here on the 5 minute. And now we want to see if we can break that 790 and then that $8 area. That's going to be important to break before close, or maybe tomorrow. 790 or the $8 mark for Opendoor. And for the people who are wondering why we're going up, because Opendoor has a lot of catalysts going on. We have the warrants. We have a nice dip in the stock, and people are buying in. Institutions, insiders, retail. You have the shutdown could be coming to an end very soon, and we have the 50-year mortgage idea. This mortgage idea, it possibly can bring back lots of buyers, decrease the monthly payment for houses by a lot. And here's a breakdown about the warrants, why we're going up. People who are holding Opendoor as of 5 p.m. on November 18th will receive 3 tradable warrants for every 30 shares they own, each with exercise prices of $9, $13, and $17 that will expire on November 20, 2026. Here's how this changes the proposition for short sellers in the short term. Before this move, shares of Opendoor were worth whatever you thought they were worth based on an analysis of future discounted cash flows. Now they're worth whatever you thought they were, plus the option value embedded in these tradable warrants. From now through November 18th, a short seller effectively has leveraged exposure to Opendoor. If the value of the stock goes up, the value of those looming tradable warrants is going up as well, because they'll be closer to their exercise price. If you're short Opendoor, when this dividend of warrants is issued, you're responsible for buying those warrants and delivering them to whomever loaned the shares to you, known as payment in lieu. So if some short sellers decide it's no longer worth the extra headache betting against Opendoor under these circumstances and close their position, that's buying power that can propel the shares higher, which could then dissuade other short sellers from holding their positions, and so on. Even the CEO has admitted, it gives me just a bit of joy that this will totally ruin the night of a few short sellers. So a lot of the short sellers who were there before are no longer there. So Opendoor price can move much more smoothly up than going up, down so quickly, giving people a headache how to trade the stock. because the short sellers aren't really there anymore because of these warrants. And I want to give you a breakdown why Opendoor trades the way it does. Year to date, we're up 393%. So a lot of people are saying Opendoor is done, Opendoor is finished. Don't forget, we're up 393% year to date. Let's look at this 6 month. Opendoor is up over 1,000% on a 6 month. So Opendoor has been running up a lot. And that's why I always say these pullbacks doesn't really faze me, because 6 months, we're up 1,000%. So these pullbacks are pretty much natural when Opendoor does go down some. It's pulling back for profit taking, and it's deserved because we're up so much. So this is where it gets interesting. In 1 month, Opendoor is up 3.87%, up 29 cents. So let's look at the 1 month. We're only up 3% in 1 month, right? Only up 8% in 5 days. So that means if Opendoor starts to trend up, we're kind of early. We're kind of early because we're only up 3%. Now, if this said 1 month, 20%, 30%, 40, 50%, then we're not too early, right? But being up only 3% for the past month, it means that, we haven't gained too much within 1 month. So we can move up pretty good. And also they're talking about the interest rate cut for December. They're saying a quarter point is probably going to happen. But some Fed members are saying they want a 0.50 cut rate. So we'll have to see. That could be bullish for Opendoor as well. That, and also the shutdown ending, is going to be, huge for Opendoor. And of course, the 50-year mortgage plan. And now we'll take a look at the Opendoor chart one more time. Support 767, and then the resistance is going to be 790. Did we touch 790? Did we touch 790? We went to 789. Pretty close, right? That's why the support and resistance is so important. We touched the resistance at 790. And then we're coming down some. So that's where we're trading at right now for Opendoor Technology, currently at 2:22 p.m. Now the 767 is going to be a support. The 790 is going to be resistance. To get to that $8, we got to break that 790 resistance and hold that 790 to break that $8. If not, we could go down a little bit lower and test that 767 support again. We'll see what happens. But right now, we are in an uptrend on a 5 minute, but there are some selling coming through. So we'll see what happens here. If you want to know where Opendoor could go this week, if we keep uptrending, the next resistance, if we break $8, is going to be around 830, 835, right around here. Now, if we break 830, 835, things are going to get real nice, because after that, we only have one more strong resistance, and that's going to be at 850. After 850, we can really start moving pretty high. All right, everybody, if you enjoyed the video, give plenty of likes. If I get enough likes, I'll do another video later on this afternoon for an update to see where we close. I hope we close close to or above the $8. If that happens, I'm going to be very bullish. The sentiment for Opendoor will continue to increase. More eyes will be on Opendoor Technology. So let's continue this move toward that $10 area. Some people got in at $10 and they're hoping that it comes back to $10. Will they sell? Will they hold? Will they increase their shares at $10 when we hit it? We'll see. All right, and don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy. Take care.